To our Rumble viewing party.
Oh,
Remember that?
up to about 3 weeks ago, he was telling me that he was actually going to go to the Alamo Dome for the Rumble.
Oh, nice.
So I told him, I was like, hey, let me
Can
know.
I grab a water?
Yeah. I told him, let me know.
It's live now. We live. Oh, yeah.
Is it?
We're right here live.
I guess we're live. All right. Well, shit. Thanks for letting me know, Chris.
Waited to try this too.
You did.
Oh, man. Look at that.
How does it look?
Looks good to me. One of the lights, I don't know, it does have a glare on the WrestleMania poster.
Yeah.
That's the one up there. That's
It looks like Brock's just like shooting laser beams, like
Pew!
you know, riding around. He's about to fight the sun.
Pew!
Do you want to center this mic more, or you leave the mic like that?
I'm being super host today.
Goddamn, dude,
Super hose.
you're killing me.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
I mean the whole thing. I mean, no, I'm doing it. I'm just like this.
Yeah.
Both at the
Double
same-
fisting.
Double fisting it.
Yeah. Sure, Sam would be proud of you.
She already, yeah.
Yeah.
I sent
Black
her,
is supposed to be slimming. What the
I,
fuck is?
I sent her the picture of the pizza, and then she was like, "Your tummy's gonna hurt later," and I was like, "Joke's on you. My tummy already hurts."
Son of a bitch.
I mean, that's one way to go about it.
Yeah.
Can't get more hurt.
Hurt her.
I mean,
Hurt her. Yeah.
You always
get
can.
Hurt her. Yeah.
Not true. What else is on this list?
A shit ton of shit.
Great.
I don't want to add to the story. I just want to make a post.
Can't
Why
really
can
say
I-
no shit.
Why can't I make a damn post?
No, I'm not trying to post there. What the fuck? I'm trying to go here.
Love that Royal Rumble logo.
Okay.
Dang. Everybody and their mother shared that preview post for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Nobody.
There
Fuck
it
y'all
goes.
motherfuckers.
We are live previewing ROYAL RUMBLE.
And the snowball is working this time.
It is.
Yeah.
Did it work last time?
It
A couple of times ago
has
it
its
didn't.
moments. Sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, just like Chris.
Yeah. Typical Mexican shit.
Yeah, just like me.
Well, I mean, that's just a Mexican thing. I'm also like that too. So, and I'm
Oh.
white.
Yeah, so that's not a Mexican
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're polar opposite of Mexican.
I was gonna say something that was very not PG just now, but I'll save it for the pod.
Whenever you're done sharing,
Yeah.
let me know.
They move stuff around in the app, so it's
Yeah.
it looks a little bit different now. So I'm trying to figure it out.
Is that your first? You have another one in there? They gave you two, or did they just give you
Only
one?
one.
Okay.
Well,
But you have the label though.
probably gonna put it on a laptop.
Nice. I'm gonna just send a whole bunch back to my fams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Abel's a little oblivious to this. I don't think we've had this conversation.
Of
Scott's Brewery, the brewery Scott works at, Great
Mhm.
Heights, they made a beer named after Paisley, his dog.
Oh, that's so cute.
My dog.
That is your dog.
We sold out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have it. Like you can get it at bars and shit like that, but you can't get it at the tap room.
Can't get a can?
All wrong.
Wow.
Wow.
They have it at Premium Draft and D&Q. That's about it.
I was thinking about stopping at D&Q today
Why isn't it?
for the weekend.
I want one of those bottles. They have Sierra Nevada make a Christmas IPA. It's called Celebration. It's like one of the best IPAs like ever. But they have limited edition Magnum bottles. They're like this big. They come in like a dark, almost dark green box. And I was like, man, it's badass. And the beer is delicious. Like, I would keep the box. Like, I drink the beer and then I put it back in there and I close the box and I keep it. They're only selling them for like $69. Nice. But I'm not spending $60 on a beer, you know? So the guy who
Get me drunk enough, I'll spend $69 on a beer.
Giggity.
Yeah, ting!
You don't have to ting. You could actually hit it if you want.
That's what he said.
I don't touch another man's bell without his permission. What? But
Oh, you're ready, good sir.
No, not yet. Like I finally figured out how to post it to the HWR page. Now I'm trying to actually put it on ours.
Oh man.
have you watched The Last of Us yet?
No.
Have you watched The Last of Us?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all slipping.
No.
It's only been 2 episodes, so you're not really missing much.
The plan was to watch it on Tuesday.
Well,
My companion had lent me weeks ago. She had signed me in on the Xbox. So I had access to HBO Max, and then like it did an update or whatever, and it forgot the freaking thing, and she forgot, and I was like, fuck it, never mind. And that's how we ended up watching. And she's like, "What's a Royal Rumble?" I was like, "You don't know what the Royal Rumble is?" The Inner Geek came out. I was like, "So this is what happens."
What'd you show her again?
So I showed her 2020, the one here in Houston. So Brock murdered half the group, and then Edge returns.
That's right.
Yeah.
Drew getting this moment in front of my parents.
Yeah.
They were all proud. You know, my dad he's always called and will never not call Edge the Edge.
He calls him the Edge?
The Edge. Always.
Dang.
He's always called him it. He's never like, not even like, I think he did it one time.
So which one's the Bono? If he's the Edge, which wrestler on the roster would you think would be a good Bono?
Boom. Okay. Shared.
Man, that's a good one. I don't know.
Like that summer.
Yeah.
Live from the landing strip somewhere in Houston, Texas. It's what number?
411.
411th edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Travis.
This is Scott.
Hey!
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row.
Two
Oh,
weeks
2
in a
shows in a row.
2 shows in a row.
Yeah. You're not Travis. You're Chris.
One day.
Thank you so much for tuning in, joining us. That is so very awesome. If you're watching us live, you can interact with us by logging into your YouTube or Google account. Just, go in there and log in, put in your password, boop, boop, boop. And then you can comment along with the show here on my handy dandy app. Oh, it looks like we do already have somebody in here. Oh, it's Arnold. And then we also have
What up, Matt? Oh,
we have Calvin from Cleveland.
yo!
What's
All
up?
the way from Cleveland.
New people.
Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. So,
Maybe Calvin understands because Cleveland's not too far away. Arnold missed out tonight. What did you have today?
we had a deep dish pizza. From,
Yeah.
what was the brand? I didn't catch the brand.
Geno's
Oh, it's Gino's East.
East.
Yeah.
From Chicago.
Damn. It was good.
Chicago.
That was a mighty fine pie that you served us.
It's funny because there was opportunity for you to have it earlier. They had a franchise in Arlington for a minute.
They
Yeah.
have the Woodlands too.
And they had one in the Woodlands for a while, but I hadn't known about it then. By the time I knew what Geno's East was, the Woodlands one was closed. Arlington was still open until it didn't survive COVID. So they shut the Arlington one down. So
the only one that's open is in Oklahoma.
no, so it's a grocery store. Grocery stores in Oklahoma that sell prepackaged Geno's East.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Other than flying to Chicago and going in person.
You wouldn't be able to just go to like Gino's East website and just order one and they ship it
Have
to
you
you?
tried?
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes they do.
Okay.
Emos does.
Not those guys, but
Emos does in Missouri.
But yeah, now they're starting to sell those in stores too. Like you can
Yeah.
go to the grocery store and get a shitty fucking pizza.
Hell yeah.
He doesn't understand the concept of shitty pizza. He likes all pizza.
I mean,
I like all pizza until I had Emo's pizza, and I was like,
Emos was okay. Like
what's so bad about it?
No,
it's not bad. It's different. Their
What's so
cheese is
different?
it's Provel. It's a mix
yeah.
of provolone and something else.
Yeah, it's almost like canned cheese.
What? You thought it was canned cheese?
It's like that, yeah.
Okay.
But however, We did it backwards because
As
for appetizers we had fried ravioli.
That's
Oh,
big. It's big in
my
St. Louis. Big in
man.
St. Louis. It's fucking.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind having a small Emo's pizza as like that appetizer, and then like
Yeah.
30 or
But
40
how many people?
ravioli.
But if you're talking about pizza, that's not an appetizer. You don't get a pizza as an appetizer, right? There's no way. So you get it's not good.
Okay. I'll believe you.
Trust me.
I
Trust
believe
me.
you. I believe you.
Trust me.
Wow, Emo's over the top rope before the match even starts. Dunzo.
And if you're not watching this live, that's okay. You can still interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/Houston Wrestling Radio, or on Twitter @H Wrestling Radio. So we got the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coming.
Are we jumping right into it, or we have other like stuff we gotta talk about?
So our end of the year episodes that are on YouTube in the archive.
Oh, we do have something else to talk about. I just remembered something. Go ahead though.
We ran so long. It was like 3.5 hours, and we didn't even get to like break bread over the first happenings of the year.
Our year-end episodes are always like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. Again.
But we didn't even get a chance to go past that. I remember one of our year-end episodes was like 5 hours.
Yeah.
That we had
Yeah.
to cut up into 2 pieces
Yeah.
because your old laptop Audacity couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
or it was going to break down.
Blew up, a little smoke came out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take Vince McMahon at his word now that all he's doing is being involved in the selling of the company and nothing else?
No.
Go for it.
No. He can't resist that itch. There might be other people that will maybe try to insulate Vince's influence, but when Vince was retired, I thought that he was still going to have influence. So now he's closer than what he was when he was retiring, and I was already saying that he was still going to have influence. No, he's going to have even more influence now. Now, I don't think he's going to be as hands-on as he was before the scandal and before he was retired, quote unquote. But it's still not no Vince. We thought for a little bit we had no Vince, and cool, Triple H is running the show. Things are going to improve, and things did improve, right? But it wasn't like 100% full bore, you know. Yeah.
You think they're still running like everything goes through Vince? You think, like story wise, creative wise, where it's like, or do you think Vince gets the report and it's like, this is what we're going with,
Yeah.
and then if he doesn't like a certain thing, he can be like, nah, that doesn't work for me,
Brother.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably not
yeah.
everything goes through his filter, but if he sees something, he's calling up Hunter, be like,
yeah,
hey, you shouldn't do
Yeah.
this.
we're not pushing this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, pal.
Yeah.
What happened to the Gladiator? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Shave,
Yeah.
carrying cross, damn it.
For real.
So hypothetically, if somebody buys the company, which by the way, right now WWE is for sale, it's got a sticker on it.
How much is in the HWR funds? Can you?
Definitely not enough. I can't even afford an Ellsworth at this point. Can't even afford you. You know you're not getting paid for this, right?
See y'all later. It was in my contract, though.
I took my promotion for a reason. I got you covered.
You had a contract?
Yeah. I mean, Chris made me sign it.
Yeah.
Gino's East Pizza. Snacks. Look, I was here.
His rider was long, dude.
I
Why
was-
do you think I got the gummy bears?
No.
Look, I was
And
here.
benefits.
Yeah. I was here last time, and I got one bottle of water. I come here the next time. We've got chips. We've got snacks.
Oh.
Yeah,
See?
he negotiated.
All right.
You
Yeah.
see? It's working.
See?
It's working.
I miss having a white guy on the show.
Oh yeah. Damn it, Travis.
Look, man. It's
See, when it's just go break the fourth wall here. When it's just Scott and I,
Mhm.
he's 100% speaks with Scottish tongue,
Mm.
accent and everything. His broom, all that.
I don't
Yeah.
know. What's a broom?
I mean,
Like-
I've heard the accent before,
Yeah.
but I've only heard you bust out the accent when you're around your family.
oh yeah.
I don't think
those old days when we
Yeah.
watched all the Impact pay-per-views.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, those were the days.
those were some good times.
I miss that room.
I do
that
too.
little loft room.
Yeah, that was
That's-
a cool ass room.
If I could take that with me, any place that I went, like a magic room,
Throw a
Yeah.
bouncy
it
house
would,
up there.
it would just be that.
Yeah, that was a badass room. Our wrestling dungeon.
Say somebody offers to buy WWE, but their stipulation is Vince has to be head of creative. You think he'll do it or back out?
Well, we talked about this the other week, me and you, and I was like, well, maybe it was somebody I worked with, but I was like, Vince is gonna die in WWE, like not like literally on Raw or whatever, but like he's gonna die doing this thing because like this is all he's known.
Yeah.
He can't retire. And like you read stories about Vince, and like if you listen to like Bruce Pritchard's shit, they have all these stories about how like he's never sleeping, he's at the gym,
he's never been to the grocery store.
Yeah, he doesn't do those normal things. So like he's almost like Monty Burns. When Monty Burns
Ketchup.
Yeah, and he goes to and then he's like, where's the Burnzos or whatever they're called? Like he's like looking and he's looking at all the characters. Like so, and then they're like this old man, and they just put him in like that's gonna be Vince. Like Vince is just gonna be like, just you can't see him in a grocery store.
Awesome. No.
So, yeah, Vince is gonna be in wrestling until he dies.
Robert Trapp, what's up, Robert? Thank
Hello.
you for joining us. He says, "Oh, so you mean like Saudi?" And he says, "I wish I could have joined this talk. You just did."
Yeah. Say what you want.
Yes.
Say whatever you want. Tell us.
But I think it's been thoroughly debunked that it was the Saudis and that was just dirt sheet bullshit that people just like ran with that they didn't really need to. But when we were still thinking that this was the truth or might actually be the case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I seriously thought that the story there was Vince found somebody that's willing to buy, that doesn't give a shit about the American Wall Street and can take it private and then install Vince McMahon to be the one in charge. As long as you give me the profits, I don't care what you do. And you know what? Sure, put on a few shows in my country. And like that was it. And that was Vince's way to kind of get back into power by not having to worry about, a board because it's not a publicly traded company anymore. And like they own it. So that's what I thought was really going to happen. But, I guess that's not what's happening. And maybe they are going to sell it to fucking Viacom or Disney.
Or we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But dang. Internet went on fire when the Saudi news broke out. Stock went up to like $85 a share.
Yeah.
And
no. That wasn't the Saudi news that made that jump up. It was the news that Vince was coming back and that Stephanie was leaving.
That's right.
That's what made the stock go up. The next day when the news of it being sold and it was going to be the Saudis, it had a little bit of a dip.
Yeah. I was looking up my portfolio online that when the Stephanie news happened. And then I was just about to start jumping. The Saudi stuff, I was like, we'll wait. Yeah. Sure enough. So, yeah.
Robert's getting ahead of himself talking about Rumble entrance. Hold on.
We'll bust that nut in about an hour.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you gotta finesse it a little bit of foreplay. Come on.
Spit on it for the most part. Shit. That shit hurts dry. Ugh.
So whenever the Saudi stuff started coming out and they were saying that they're going to buy them, so like I'm a soccer fan, right? Or a football fan, whatever you want to call it over here. There's a bunch of Saudi, lords, princes, whatever they call them, right?
Yeah.
Sheiks or whatever.
Assholes.
They just decide, I'm going to just buy a soccer team. And so obviously like the Khans have done it with like different teams, whatever.
Fulham, right?
Yeah. So there's a new team. Well, there's a team that's been a soccer team for years. It's called Newcastle. They suck, right? They are horrible. They were one of the worst teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saudi guy said, "I love Newcastle. I'm gonna buy them," and so he puts in, and now he's buying they can afford better players, and so now they're sitting in fourth. Mm. So they went from being one of the worst, to now being the fourth best.
The Mets of soccer. He's bought up all the people in the Mets.
So,
8 outfilders.
What you're saying is the Houston Texans need to sell to Saudi.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But on that thing, I'm like, could you imagine like having that Saudi money funds?
That public fund.
Which is from just Saudi, and like all the money that they have, because they have just stupid amounts of money, into a product that was still run by wrestlers, and so like they just go make us money. here's money. You just give it back.
Do what you got to do
with more. Like
give me a profit.
more cameras, more
return on investment.
Yeah, more cameras, more
pyro,
everything. And
less women.
I don't want to say it.
Or maybe more women.
It's Saudi.
No,
Yeah.
Cover them.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I was like, I wouldn't be mad at it. Like, I understand people, but like,
I'm cheering for the red mummy.
People are mad about it and stuff. And I was like, yeah, but think about the money and like what they could.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's best for business if the Saudis buy the Cowboys because they're never gonna get shit. Never. And number two, did that thought pop into your head later on in the train of thought where, oh shit, Saudis are gonna buy WWE? Oh shit, what about the women? Oh shit, what about Sami Zayn? Oh shit, how bad of a dip internally in the company can it go?
So it's interesting that you say that because part of my train of thought kind of echoes what Arnold just said in the live chat. That's what the Saudi investment groups do with a lot of other companies. They just don't force their beliefs on the companies. They just buy them and let the companies run. So, I think that's kind of what it would have been if it was the Saudis, but it wound up not being the Saudis as far as we know.
As of now.
Yeah. So I could see him totally buying them up and then just say, you keep doing what you're doing,
Okay.
Kind of like how the guys in Chicago did with Whataburger.
Oh yeah.
Bastards.
We're cutting deep tonight.
Yeah. But I mean,
everything but wrestling.
So speaking of investment, so far, how good do you think New Japan Pro Wrestling's investment in Mercedes Moné has been?
Oh, they have not gotten a good return. I don't think so.
What?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much money they spent. So if they really like,
how old are them glasses, bro?
I don't think they have either.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they've gotten a good return on investment. She showed up, Wrestle Kingdom, had a shitty promo, did a shitty move,
botched up her move.
A lot of people were like making fun of her.
The name's different, so
yeah,
half the country world doesn't know who it is.
Yeah,
even though she's doing the exact same thing Sasha Banks did on the other program.
And the eyeballs that you probably wanted to steal are now disinterested.
Okay.
Right? So no, you're not getting a good return on investment. Arnold says she's putting them on the map. No, they're not.
Here's where the numbers guy, the banker in me, is gonna respectfully disagree. So the last time that New Japan was in the San Francisco,
why is there salt on these gummies?
It's cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh God.
First time for everything. This last time that they went to San Francisco area, they're in the Cow Palace. This was the G1 special where it was Cody Rhodes against Kazuchika Okada or Cody against Kenny in a ladder match or something. They only sold 2,000 tickets. Now they have a show next month in San Jose in the Battle in the Valley. And the only match announced was Kairi Sane defending the New Japan Women's Championship against Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks. And after that match was announced, within about a week and a half, that show sold out. 16,000 at least.
Mm-hmm.
One match. Women.
Where is it?
San Jose.
San
Francisco area.
Okay. When did the tickets go on sale?
They were on sale before Wrestle Kingdom. I think they went on sale in December. And those weren't moving fast up until then. And then they announced Sasha and Mercedes.
But you also have to look at if they released them before Wrestle Kingdom and they were slow, and then Wrestle Kingdom happened, that is going to put more eyes because more people watch New Japan at Wrestle Kingdom. Like, I don't watch New Japan until it's Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already getting those eyes. So the fact that I'm not saying she's not bringing in people for this show because obviously they've sold, but like it's like doing something with WWE right after WrestleMania, putting on something on sale like that week of WrestleMania and be like, hey, they're coming to your town. It's like, well, I just watched WrestleMania and it was two days worth of wrestling and it was amazing. I'm gonna buy a ticket to it before you be like, I haven't watched wrestling since the 90s, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just one thing just
Okay.
pushing it, to me.
All right.
Arnold more agrees with you in the live chat.
2 for 2. This is gonna be a weird night.
Yes.
Wasn't this the same thing a couple episodes ago? And Porsche and I were agreeing. You're
Yes.
like, fuck.
Basically saying that so my girls are Sasha Banks stans, and they're barely finding out about New Japan now. Watch how crowded her match with Kyrie is going to be. They're going to tear down the house, and casuals will be interested in the New Japan style.
Go for it.
And Robert said that those are probably CBD gummies.
Actually,
Oh shit!
CBD gummies are here.
I could have been bringing some stuff too.
Shit!
More CBD gummies.
Seriously, why are these salty?
Because of that, the original box had those.
Oh,
and so I shook it up.
So.
Arigato gozaimasu. Ichiban. Is now the right time to split the unified titles on WWE?
Maybe. Whew. You okay?
Yeah, just you got me.
The CBD.
Yep.
The
slowly
THC.
gonna start working my way down.
Can we save that talk for when we're actually talking about Rumble?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then I'm gonna put you on the spot. It's been a couple of weeks. Match of the week candidates or good shit candidates.
I have one.
I hope you have several because it's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I definitely have one. Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kenny King in a pit fight match.
Impact.
I really like Speedball. I've always respected Kenny King. You know, I thought he was a good performer.
With the right opponent, he shines pretty bright.
Yeah.
Kenny King does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This match, I didn't really know what the feud was because sometimes I'm just subjected to Impact whenever Portia's watching it, or you know, because she records the sheets and watches and whatever, and it was on, and they were like, "Oh, they're gonna do a pit fight." I'm like, fuck, it's a pit fight, and you know, they got to the match, and basically it was a match with no ropes. The ring was still there because you know earlier in the night they still had matches, but it took the ropes down. And they said the only way to win is via knockout or submission. And that's it. So, and the knockout isn't a 10 count either. It was whether or not the ref thinks you knocked out. Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
MMA rules, ref's decision.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, okay, that's different. And it really fits Speedball, you know, with the whole old school karate gimmick that he has. Man, I thought it was
Kai shit.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. The finish of the match came a little abrupt, but the more I thought about it, the more I liked it a lot, which was basically Kenny was on the mat. He had just got out of a submission hold, and the ref was checking. Hey, I'm not sure if he's okay. He might be okay. And then Speedball's like, fuck that. He got a chair, put the chair on top of his head as he was laying face down, and then just did a little kick, stomp to his head. And oh no, shit, it's over. It was really cool. There were some other parts in the match where Speedball went up the post. It wasn't the ropes.
No rope.
No ropes.
Just
so
the
it
little
was
holes
it was
for
the
post.
Yeah, the little itty bitty turnbuckle stubs. And he's a karate guy, so he's just barefoot trying to climb up that. I'm like, what the fuck? And he does this awesome flip off of the post, like a forward flip.
And they have old school posts. They're rounded on the top, right? Still?
No, they're square,
They're
flat.
square,
Yeah.
flat? Okay.
Yeah. So I really thought that was a badass match. In fact, I really would say that y'all and or Chris and or Hector, or not Chris, Arnold and whoever else is watching, should probably watch it and see if you would agree with my nomination for match of the year for the other category. So not WWE category and anything else, for the everything else category. Best thing I've seen so far all year.
Do you remember what episode it's on?
It was last week.
It was last week, so it's
okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Last week's.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of like we saw that at MLW. Remember, we went to that show in Dallas.
They had that hardcore fight, so they took the ropes off.
Yeah.
They
So
replaced it with barbed wire.
So they had a barbed wire street fight was the main event. So they started taking the stuff off, all the ropes off.
No, there was I know what you're talking about.
It was
They
David Boy.
took the ropes
it
off,
was-
and it was Davey Boy.
Yeah.
They had a hand-to-hand combat fight, and then
But-
after that, they put the barbed
Yeah,
wire ropes up to
Because
the dark match.
they were having an issue with the barbed wire taking the, and so they were like, "Fuck it, just have this match." And so they wrestled without the ropes,
Mhm.
and it was kind of like that, but obviously not the same rules. But it was
Like
like
blood sport.
they wrestled a match without
Yeah.
ropes, which
Yeah.
it was kind of weird. It was cool watching.
Yeah.
So
See, I was wondering. Actually, when I was watching the match, I wondered, well, is what happens if there's a ring out where they basically
fall
Get-
out,
like
yeah.
sumo?
like sumo. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I wonder what happened. Like fucking virtual fighter days, you lose the round.
Yeah.
But
Damn,
no,
that's old school.
I know, but no, they just they fell off or got chunked off, and it was pretty fucking cool. There was some of those spots where
Because
like,
it was
chunked them
organic.
off. It's
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, damn, he
Yeah.
landed hard, But no, there wasn't a 10 count. But hey, the way you win is by knockout or submission. So get them back up there so that you could actually try to win. Because there was no we're going to count you out or anything. So it was so different, but it was still well done. So yeah, that's where I'm going. So like I said, for the everything else category, I want to nominate that one.
Okay.
I'd check it out.
We'll talk
You
about
sold me on it. I'd watch it.
Okay. Arnold says Takeshita versus Daniel Bryanson is his early
Daniel Bryanson.
Daniel Bryanson is his early pick for AEW match of the year.
Ooh.
Do y'all guys want to discuss that match?
It's on my list.
The
The
blue
blue
ones. Are
ones.
the best.
The blue
Yeah.
ones.
I'm just staring at
Red.
it all the
I have about a half dozen matches that I thought were exceptional, and the first one from AEW is that Danielson versus
I
Takeshita.
would agree.
You watched it? You
Yeah.
saw it?
Mm-hmm.
It was really good, but I have to be convinced. We've been doing this for so long. 95% of the time, when I watch a match and when it's over, the first thought in my head was, okay, that's match of the year worthy. 95% of the time, it ends up on our list when we come back and talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it, and it was a great match. But the problem with it, not so much the problem, it's like the gift and the curse with AEW. You start to get, when the matches are good, they're really good,
Mm-hmm.
but it happens consistently enough that it's become a standard. And I need
Yeah.
something else. There has to be something else, at least from AEW, to be like. And then, like we talked about at the end of the year, we have a candidate right now that's better than almost every candidate from the year before. So I'm already thinking, is Danielson Takeshita better than Omega Ospreay?
Yeah. And that's kind of where I was. I really, really like. Now, okay, Omega Ospreay though, it's technically New Japan.
And Omega Ospreay had Omega Ospreay.
Right. Well, no, but
Yeah,
I'm just saying
Yeah.
But
that's
yeah.
going to fall
And
under
it was
the
at a
New
But
major-
yeah,
it was a
but-
major show,
but
not
again-
a fucking weekly show.
Yeah.
But again, we're talking about like the top of the cream of the crop.
But-
Does that match
No, no.
deserve to be in the same
Well,
conversation with the
Again,
other?
when I'm talking about the everything else category, the bar is going to be way lower for the everything else category. I don't expect for us to sit here this time in January 2024 and be like arguing this match that I just talked about, the speedball match, to be an actual contender for being the match of the year. Is it match of the year worthy for the everything else category? Yes. Now, if you're comparing that match to the Omega match, that's New Japan. He's talking about the AEW category. If we're going to AEW category, that might be so far the best I've seen this year. This is me trying to convince you because you said to convince you.
I've got a couple.
This is me trying to convince you.
So just off of
right.
AEW, Ricky Starks beating Chris Jericho. That was on the same episode as Danielson and Takeshita.
Yeah, I think Takeshita and Danielson was better.
The next week, Moxley and Hangman.
That was good. I think this match was better.
Danielson and Bandito. Arnold had a conniption over Danielson and Bandito.
Now that one is a good. That one you might.
And
Yeah.
I'll go even further and say that there was one match on Dynamite this month that I think should be at least considered for match of the year. And it happened last night.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal.
Yeah, everybody in the live chat saying the same thing.
And that's at least from my perspective.
Medlin, what's up, Medlin?
Madeline, what's up?
At least from my perspective, what I harp about a lot is there's so much wrestling that makes you feel something, and then every once in a while, fucking Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt opening the Rumble, Cody and Dustin, Double or Nothing, where you're like crying at the end. You know, there's the very few matches that you get that one rare emotion, and that's what I got last night because it was 100% authentic.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't a storyline written by somebody or a group of people. This was art imitating life after what happened with Jay.
Jay Lethal couldn't keep himself from not tearing up during the entire fucking match.
Yeah, especially in the beginning,
tough.
bell ringing and the pinfall afterwards.
It was
yeah. And I dare say it's tragedies like this that bring out the next gear out of people. I would argue that people opened up their eyes on Chris Benoit the night that he wrestled Brett in Kemper Arena after Owen died. It's just a different.
Okay.
It's a completely different. It's apples, oranges, and fucking pineapples. It's a completely different category. It's a completely different level. And watching Mark last night, I'm thinking, man, you could fucking build Ring of Honor around Mark. You can have him. You can have him.
Especially since Mark wasn't the one that was banned from TV.
Yeah,
It was Jay that was banned, not Mark.
I apologize retroactively.
Oh,
I wanted to mark out the fuck out last night watching the match because we were at your place, but I held back a lot because your girl was there, and I didn't want her to think, "What the fuck's wrong with that guy?" But if I would have watched this match by myself, I would have been bawling the entire fucking time.
My girlfriend has known you for like 3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
She knows you, dude. Like
we traveled together.
She already knows you're
traveling.
Yeah.
She knows what you're like.
Yeah.
So you could have.
But goddamn, dude.
Oh, I teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
Whenever right before they did the handshake, you know, but and then they went in for the hug. I was like, I saw Lethal just crying. I was like, God damn it, these sons of bitches.
Okay.
When he announced Mark as the co-holder of the Ring of Honor tag titles, and he had both of them.
That was rough. All right. Yeah. Arnold in the live chat. Hold on. Arnold in the live chat says, "Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. I actually meant Bandito's match. It's the match that he wants to talk about. Yeah. I still say that's the Takeshita match.
No.
He want to go with Bandito. Cool. Now there is a very, very strong argument for that match that you're talking about, Briscoe versus Lethal.
Yeah.
But, and I agree with Arnold on this also. He said the wrestling wasn't better, but the story was. The only problem is that it's not fair and it's not a storyline. It's just a tragedy. So I kind of feel the same way. I don't want to say, hey, that's match of the year, because this was a tragedy that this was born out of, and it wasn't like a planned story. And the wrestling itself was good. It wasn't great. I knew before the bell even rang, this match is ending with the Jay Driller 1, 2, 3. And what happened? Jay Driller 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not wrong. That was the right call to do.
The right call to
that's how you end that match. Mm-hmm. But I think you're right that this might be a blessing in disguise for Mark. And I feel shitty saying that because I don't want to say, hey.
Depends on what he wants to do.
Yeah, like, that's true too. Because if this is his last match ever.
Does he want to wrestle with that? Like, obviously they were singles for a little while, but like.
Yeah, while Jay had the world title a couple of years ago, Mark had the TV title.
So
and they were co-main eventing.
So I got, because we're talking a lot about these AEW matches, I got Takeshita Bryan.
He's got
Bandito Bryan. You got Lethal versus Briscoe.
Lethal versus Briscoe.
What say you? Do you not have a dog in the race, or what say you, Scott?
Just to fuck with y'all, I was gonna say.
Hell yeah,
Hangman.
No, D. Bryan Cage from last night. We watched it, and before the match.
Now I know the disappointment that Travis felt whenever I had my own opinion. And
I know.
Was like, no.
Yeah,
I know.
We watched Dynamite last night together. And when he was coming out, when Cage was coming out, we're like, oh god damn it, this match is gonna suck. But the only person that could probably get a good match out of Cage is Daniel.
D-Bryan.
Right? Yeah.
I'll go out there. That's the best match I've seen Brian
Yeah.
Cage have.
And so then we're
Until the end.
we're at the beginning of the match, we're laughing and we're like, God, this guy would look perfect and Vince is wrestling, you know. And then we just both shut up at the same time, and then we just watched the whole match. And at the end of the match, we were like,
Damn.
God damn, that was actually like
Yeah.
good for him, good for his match. Like, and I was like, that's the best I've seen him since Lucha Underground. Like when he was in Lucha Underground, when everything was fun and you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it's the week, but I'm just it's an honorable mention because I thought it was for.
So realistically,
also because I think, what's his name?
See my damn
Takeshita?
Sour Patch Kids.
No, the Takesha. What's his name?
Takeshita.
Konosuke. I just think he's awkward.
Awkward.
There's something about him just makes me.
His movement looks
His
a little
movement
bit action
looks,
figure.
yeah. It's something
It's
I noticed.
It doesn't look fluid. It looks a little stiff the way he moves around.
Because
A little bit.
the
He
Deep-
sees it more.
The
But
Deep Bryan match was great. Then he wrestled the next week. He wrestled somebody else. I can't remember who he wrestled.
Bandito.
No, I'm talking about
Konosuke.
Oh.
Takeshita.
yeah. He wrestled
Who did he
somebody
fight?
else
I don't remember.
last week. And then he came in and ran in and helped D. Bryan last night. And he just somehow just looked awkward to me. I don't know.
Arnold says he can't chop. Okay.
I mean, it's
Barbara
like
Drap says, yeah, it's going to be Nia Jax. Shut up.
So we'll pin this. We'll
All
come
right.
back to this.
So basically, we all say that there's some really good fucking wrestling coming out of AEW this past couple of weeks, but we can't all agree on which one is the one. So that means
There's none.
none.
Holy.
Holy fuck.
Which is a shame because I would have been happy putting.
Medley says Cage was wrestling like he wanted his contract renewed.
Or he wants somebody to be watching him.
Yeah.
Somebody,
yeah.
you know, with
Yeah,
3
for
letters for a name.
The bidding war of 2022. That doesn't ring.
No,
Right,
it's
as well.
2023. so-
Yeah. There you go.
Bonus
Hell,
points.
You're right.
For anyone that watched this, but last Friday was the first round of the tag team tournament for the SmackDown tag titles.
Yes, it was.
Viking Raiders against Sheamus and Drew burned the fucking house down.
No. It was a banger.
What do you mean a tournament? Why are they doing?
So
a tournament?
they're splitting the tag titles, and so there's a tournament for number 1 contender for the SmackDown tag titles. And so there's 8 teams, and all four of the matches were last Friday.
So
And
when
the
is it-
first one was Drew and Sheamus against Vikings, and they went 26 minutes.
Something
25
like that.
minutes?
Damn, that's like
That
4
was
commercial
a
breaks.
while.
Yeah, those 2 breaks in there. Yeah, it was good. It was damn good. I was hoping for a split second that they would put the Viking Raiders over as like a credible team, an actual team. You know, typical WWE, a tag team tournament, and the winners are going to be 2 guys that they just threw together. You know?
They're from the same country. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're not.
They're immigrants. Fuck them. Fuck them. Yeah, but that was on my list too.
In fact, those 2 countries hate each other, right?
Uh-huh.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Sure do.
Royal Rumble is this Saturday.
Oh, now we're on to
You
Rumble.
ready? Are y'all ready?
Are we done with the foreplay here?
Yeah.
No Royal Rumble or no Raw 30 talk.
Tell them then. What do you want to talk about Raw 30?
I don't want to talk about anything.
Then why are you here?
All right, Ollie. No. I mean, the Bloodline stuff was entertaining.
I told you.
Yep.
He asked me Tuesday, "What do I need to watch from Raw?" Because I missed it. And I was like, "Watch the first segment."
The
with
original
fucking
plan was
Bloodline."
for me and Chris to watch it together on Monday,
Oh, how the fallen have fallen.
and then shenanigans happened. And
Should I stop drinking this beer?
no.
Okay, good. I don't want trauma to come back
Yeah,
to you. From
and,
Monday.
Don't disrespect Paisley like that.
Okay, in that case.
And so I ended up not watching it. So I texted Chris and I said the next day, I was like, what do I need to watch from Raw? Because, you know, they had fucking Taker and
Yeah.
All the old people.
yeah. And so he was like, just the opening segment from the Bloodline. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was
It was cool. The
Yeah.
trial.
So this is
About the
another
same,
episode
yeah.
where I'm gonna mention what I've been mentioning for months.
No shit.
The road leads to Sammy beating Roman for a title at WrestleMania, right?
No.
I just don't see it.
LOL, Roman wins. Come on.
This is typical WWE to WrestleMania. Whoever's involved in the main event picture from fucking Survivor Series till WrestleMania, that's usually the person that gets the title shot. Daniel Bryan, he lost the title at SummerSlam, and then he won it back at some schmoz pay-per-view, and he lost it again, and they built all the way back to WrestleMania 30 when he actually got the belt back. Steve Austin.
WrestleMania.
Even before the Royal Rumble, when he was stunning people, and we can't wrestle because of your neck, and he stunned everybody, and he wanted to win the title. The stuff with Kofi happened fucking November, December, all the way to Kofi Mania. This is happening again with Sammy. I'm feeling it in my bones that Sammy is beating Roman for one of the titles at Mania, if not both of them, if they don't separate them.
I don't see
and
it.
none of y'all agree.
I can't see it.
I need to be wooed a little bit more on it. Do I love Sammy? Yes. But, and this isn't because I think, no, I don't want Sammy to win. I don't have faith that WWE will do it.
Yeah.
Like, there's been so many darlings that I wanted to see pushed and get the rub and overcome and beat Cena.
Like who?
Like that guy. And we got it once, WrestleMania. But Punk, he kind of got the keys to the castle, but he never got the keys to the castle. Ziggler, he was fucking world champ. Nobody gave a shit, fucking Finn, he won, but he was injured. Well, since he was injured, we're never going to put him back on the top of the mountain again. AJ Styles, he had the title for a cup of coffee
several times.
Yeah, but none of it fucking mattered. All the only people that mattered were Cena and Roman and Brock. Those are the only people that ever fucking really mattered, and I didn't really want any of them. So I don't have faith that the guy that I want, the internet darling, the person that's popular for right now, is actually going to beat the established WWE guy. And that's just years of wrestling trauma.
Yeah.
That's all that is. So can it happen? Maybe. Will it happen? Maybe. If it happens, am I going to be fucking happy? Yes, I will. Holy fuck, I love it. But I've been abused too many times by wrestling.
It hurts. Also the fact, like, I could see it happening at a different pay-per-view, more so than WrestleMania.
Really?
Because WrestleMania, like you just said, you always want your biggest star. There's always the biggest star holding the title at the end of WrestleMania type thing. If you put it on TV and like when you open up, like the news or whatever, right? And it's Roman on top, and it's like Roman's 10,000 days as champ, or you just see this white-looking bearded guy you've never seen before, because a lot of people don't watch wrestling; they just watch the major stuff like the pay-per-views. You just be like, "Who the fuck's that guy?" Like,
yeah.
Why is this scrawny little white guy looking?
Like, why did Scott win the title?
Exactly. Who would you want to see?
Because he's an import.
Me holding the belt or Roman? You know what I mean? Come on,
that depends. Am I American or am I Scottish? Because remember, this is the whole Vince McMahon thing. The whole fucking.
Well, he's Canadian.
We're not booking for one town or for one show or for one. Now we're not booking for one country. Now the WWE is going everywhere.
Also, when's the next Saudi show?
That's the blessing in disguise. They're separating the belts. So you can have Cody as champion in Saudi and Sammy as your other champion, not have to risk his life.
Okay. That's fair.
So in the live chat, this is a hot button issue.
Hot Bill?
Yes.
Hot potato?
Arnold says that the men's Rumble winner has to be either Cody or Sammy. This is going to be just like Kofi Mania. Robert Trapp says Sammy needs to win at WrestleMania Night 2. The Robert Medlin says, we have two Roberts in the chat. Robert Medlin says, what are the chances greater under a Triple H booked WrestleMania? Yes, but I'm still abused. I don't believe it yet. Arnold then says, Abel, your argument is invalid. All those wrestlers got their moment and they squandered them, or they were just okay. The Cinderella story happens. Yeah, the Cinderella story happens more than you think it really does. Robert Trapp then says, I mean, Brock is feuding with Bobby Lashley, so anything is possible. But,
he says, so, Arnold said when D-Bry was champion as a heel, he never went to Saudi. So,
yeah.
Fine, we're on the subject. who is winning the Rumble, Scott? There's like maybe 13 names announced. Have you been watching enough Raw to see who you think they've been focusing enough attention on that they think they're going to win the Rumble?
I mean, it's got to be Cody. Like, I feel like it's going to be Cody. I have those promos packages that they've been doing over the past couple of weeks of him coming back from rehab, like with his arm and showing those stuff. And I kind of feel like, I don't know what would have happened if he hadn't gotten injured. Like if he would have fought Roman, but I don't know if he would have won a title or anything, but I kind of feel like they're just going to pick up where they left off. He went through Rollins, and now he's going through, and he's going to – I just think all my signs are going that way.
Cody? I could see it actually being Sammy. I know I said all that, but I could see Sammy winning the Rumble, not winning at Mania. That's an easy way to get Sammy versus Roman. But the story is, at the end of the day, Roman's winning.
Okay, so you see Sammy winning the Rumble as still a member of the Bloodline after helping Jimmy and Jay retain the tag titles on Monday because of what happened. One of them faked the injury or whatever. So as of now, Sammy's in good graces. So you want the same storyline from the WrestleMania in 2007 from Royal Rumble in 2017 that you absolutely hated, which was Randy winning, being the servant of Bray Wyatt.
I didn't say that that's what I wanted. I'm saying that's probably what's going to happen.
Also, you can play that. You can keep playing for the rest of the time. You can play with Sammy. Like, Sammy could win it by luck. And then you have weeks of them build up like, no, man, I didn't mean to win it. I was just the whole time. And his
he didn't mean to win it. Why was he even in it?
Because you're not going to not have him in it.
We can.
Blame it on Adam Pearce.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Who do you want to win it?
Who do I want to win it?
Yeah.
Man, see, the thing is, I'm not sure if I want anybody to try to beat Roman. The only guy that comes to mind that I'd be like, yeah, this person actually has a shot at beating Roman, and I kind of would like him, would be, and stay with me on this one, Lashley.
We've never gotten Roman Lashley, I don't think.
And I would stay with me on this one. I think that if you had a face hurt business reinvented with the Street Profits and Omos and the original cast members, Shelton and Cedric and Lashley, MVP.
Against the
Bloodline and their faces, it could work. I think it could work because I want to see that fucking Lashley that we saw in Impact that was like on top of the world, fucking badass.
Headband.
Yeah, dude, he
always had a headband.
Yeah, he was beating fools left and right. He was good. He was charismatic. He was
a champion. He was
a champion.
Yeah, he acted like a champion.
Yeah, and he's the only guy right now that I could buy beating Roman.
Do you remember Jimmy and Jay's opponents on Raw on last Monday?
Maybe
Street Profits.
No, it wasn't Street Profits.
Who was it?
It was a heel team because they were being cheered. The Usos were being cheered. Do you think there's enough time between now and Mania to reestablish a face hurt business against a team of the Bloodline that are cheering Jimmy, or cheering Jay, or cheering Solo, or going batshit over Sami Zayn, and have come around to actually cheer Roman because it's cool to be a bad guy, a badass again?
You got a couple of months, sure. I mean, if you still have Sammy being the face, but everybody beating up on Sammy, right before fucking Jimmy went and like held Solo's arm back, right before that happened, everybody was ready to turn on the fucking Bloodline.
Oh yeah.
So you're trying to tell me that people aren't going to cheer or aren't going to boo the Bloodline if they go full bore on fucking up Sammy? Yeah. Fuck yeah. And so that's how you get that whole faction to be heel. Sammy might be getting cheered, but no, the Bloodline's getting booed. And then you have Bobby, who can, maybe
Who right
turn,
now is in a storyline that's
he's-
getting booed because people want to cheer for Brock.
but he's kind of in between. What's going to turn it around is going to be MVP and the Street Profits. If they all fucking rally together, you bring back the Hurt Business. Now we're like, oh fuck yeah, the Hurt Business. All right, and then have a few promos with the Street Profits, joking around with them and this and that. You know, have fucking Shelton
We're
doing-
the nation.
I would put almost in there though.
no,
No, I would go with the. Well,
He's greener than goose shit
yeah,
still.
But the tag.
but he could just be a big guy in the background. He doesn't
Plus-
have to be fighting
Plus,
every
I
week.
feel like the Profits are getting ready to split up.
Or need the help of fucking Hurt Business. Like, what does the Hurt Business offer that would make Street Profits want to join Hurt Business?
Yeah.
As of now, the person that I want to win is also the same person that I feel on WWE television in the last 4 weeks are pushing as the guy that we're supposed to think should be the one to win, and that's Cody Rhodes.
Okay. That's
Now, storyline wise, if the rumor is that they're supposed to split these belts, this might not be the best opinion, but you can tell story all fucking day. He's the head of the table. The Rock built the house. Roman versus The Rock in Hollywood, in LA. Main eventing night 2 for the title.
So
Rock wins the Rumble.
The Rock.
Wins the Rumble.
I could see it happening.
Regardless of what the rumors online are about his scheduling or whatnot,
Yeah.
that they switched the 30th anniversary from the acknowledgement ceremony to the trial of Sami Zayn, that something happened recently that, I guess The Rock's not coming. But we try to get swerved often, especially now with WWE. It wouldn't surprise me, and it would be fucking awesome if we end night 2 of WrestleMania with Roman and The Rock for either belt or both belts. Or fuck it.
I mean, that had been...
And you can keep the Sami stuff going until SummerSlam, a pay-per-view that's not WrestleMania, and Sami takes a belt or something like that. You know?
I don't know about The Rock. I don't know if he's.
I mean,
there's no guarantee if The Rock fights Roman at WrestleMania that The Rock is beating Roman at WrestleMania.
And that's going to get what you're talking about before, Scott, the headlines.
Yeah.
Rock versus Roman, that's going to get a little bit more
And
headlines.
it's in LA too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
Mania is anyway. I thought about whenever they were not talking about The Rock coming back, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool. But then I'm a little. I'm over The Rock, like in general. Like he's everywhere. He's in every movie. He's in all.
Dude, you want
shows.
some tequila? I know a guy.
He's all over the internet doing videos. He's promoting movies. He's in shitty movies.
Do you want a Black Adam comic?
He's on a TV show. Like
he's got an
now he's talking
drink.
about now he's like talking about coming into wrestling again. I'm like, bro, like just stay away. They don't need him. Well, I mean, they need him because they're trying to sell the company and ratings. So if anything, I feel like Monday would be a better time for The Rock to return than the night after Rumble. Because if you throw him in the Rumble, if he's in the Rumble, it's obvious he's winning it. There's no way like he'd come in at 27. You'd be like, oh, Rock's won it. Like, and it kind of deflates.
What if he gets eliminated by somebody else? Who?
Sammy?
Goldberg?
Close. They look the same. Steve Austin.
No.
He wrestled last year, so now all of a sudden now you cannot not think Steve Austin can never come back because he blew our fucking minds last year at that one. What if The Rock comes out? You think he's the guy who's going to win? The glass shatters in San Antonio, and Steve Austin eliminates The Rock again. You remember that?
That'd be hilarious.
I would lose my shit, but
yeah.
No, I don't see that either.
Yeah.
And then Austin being in it would be entertaining, and you could have him going off on something. What if we get Austin and Rock at Mania?
The fourth time?
Yeah.
Wow. I'd buy a ticket. I'd have to call in sick.
Austin versus Rock.
Yeah.
Both of them win the fucking Royal Rumble, so they fight each other.
They both fall at the same time.
Instead of fighting Roman, they just fight each other.
All right, I gave a surprise.
Roman just gives the belt.
Steve Austin's my surprise. Give me a surprise entrant for the men's Royal Rumble match.
Before we go into that, I want to. My theory that I've been thinking about for the past couple of weeks is my number 1 and number 2 for the Royal Rumble is Cody and Seth.
Now Seth has been off TV and are not doing much. Now, hear me out because I know last time we were on here and we've talked about it. Them wrestling, I'm over it, right? But having them two as number 1 and 2 and going all the way.
I'm over that. That happens too
all the
often.
way.
We just got that last year with Edge. Edge went all the way and got the title shot at fucking WrestleMania and lost. It's becoming a bit of a cliche that every other year someone has to start from number 1 and number 2 and be the last 4, the last 2, or the fucking winner. It's played out. It's refreshing that rather than be like, oh, is Cody going to show up in the Rumble? Is Cody not going to show up in the Rumble? They just let it out. They let the cat out of the bag. They built up for the last 4 weeks like, yo, Cody's going to fucking come back in the Rumble. Hype. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
Instead of wondering, because that's another fucking cliche. Is like, oh, is it so-and-so? Yeah. That's part of the Royal Rumble starting to wear me out a bit.
That's fair.
You know, I'm wanting something different. Give me somebody that enters at 12. Or give me someone that enters at 19.
My favorite number.
You know?
Enters at 69.
I don't want someone in the first 2 or 3, and I don't want
Clear the
someone
word,
in
so
the
yeah.
last 2 or 3 to win it. Someone somewhere unpredictable.
You want somebody new. and
not necessarily new, but just
like new to winning the Rumble.
Yeah, new to winning the Rumble and in a different
not
number.
in a generic and not in a cliche number.
Yeah, not in the first 2 or not in the last 3.
That's fair.
Well, okay. How? All right.
You don't know how to start. Just spit it out.
I don't know. You know. Okay. So earlier, Robert Drapp said that his random entrance would be
Sammy at number 7. I can dig that.
okay. Where is it
Why
at?
is he in it though?
Big E.
That's my pick. That's my surprise pick. Big
Yeah.
E.
Returning from
And Stone Cold, Randy Orton, and Edge.
Oh,
None
Edge
of-
has been gone for a while, huh?
Stone Cold, Randy Orton, and Edge, none of them excite me if they come back. I'm like, I mean, if Stone Cold's back, I'm like, that's cool, but I don't think he's winning the Rumble. But I'm like, oh, good for him. But if Big E comes back, I'll mark out like, oh fuck. But I honestly don't think he's ready.
We got
maybe
Big
he
E
is.
versus Roman at Survivor Series brand supremacy once, right? We never really got an actual feud with Big E against Roman.
No,
And New Day versus the Bloodline.
no. And I can imagine.
No, we have just in different
Pieces.
incarnations because those 4 guys have been feuding for
Ever. Yeah.
it literally feels like forever since
Yeah.
the Usos have been alive.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's been Roman versus Big E.
No, but the bloodline.
Yeah, Bloodline and
Usos,
Usos,
New Day,
yeah.
New Day have wrestled
Yeah.
like at every other pay per view.
I mean,
That interests
aside,
me.
I don't think he's ready to come back, back to full time wrestling. But like, you could have him come back at Rumble and then have him slowly over the next couple of weeks. He's not winning it, but it's a good way to get him back in there.
and they get
It's on the
eliminated.
biggest. He'll last for a while, but the dude broke his neck.
Yeah,
He could show back up on a Raw or a SmackDown and people would go apeshit. But like,
Mhm.
you're going to be inside. It's at the Royal Rumble. Like, that could be. Obviously, you got who wins it, who's a champ. Those are the main topics. And then like Big E return, and then he can come back and be like, you can do a couple promos. You can have him feud with somebody like
Gyrate them hips,
in
baby.
a month or two, and just that feel good moment. That's a feel good moment.
Yeah.
Where
I'll tell you what though. When Kofi comes out and when Xavier comes out, there's gonna be so much anxiety when you just hear the music. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Fucking
Big E
Woods.
has his own music. Big E has his
that's
own
right.
music from
That's
Wale.
right.
Xavier's injured.
Yeah, Big E
Xavier's
has his
injured.
own
Oh,
entrance
okay.
with Wale, so
Yeah, that's
you'll
right. I
know
forgot
it's
about
his
that.
song.
I
You'll
forgot
know
about
it's
that.
him.
Yeah. But Xavier's injured, so he
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
is not even going to be in it.
So it'll just be Kofi.
Yeah.
He'll come out to his Jamaican music.
And do another stupid spot. He's gonna fart nonstop for 30 seconds. Just float around the ring like fucking MODOK.
He's got
And then
to
just
no.
go in the fucking
He's going to
center.
get with the Back to the Future
Yeah.
skateboard and just. I
So
think
Big E's your surprise. Steve Austin's my surprise. Who's your surprise?
Why not Braun Breaker? I mean,
think he's-
Instead of a big return, people that are established, you know,
I think he's going to be in it. I
think
think,
he's
but I
gonna
don't know if
be in
that's that wouldn't be my
big.
that would be
surprise.
my because now they've always got to have like 2 or 3 or there's like
NXTs.
two NXT guys. So
Yeah.
like him, I wouldn't even. I could probably see it him and Grayson Waller.
Yeah, and Grayson
And
eliminates
then-
him.
and then they
Keep
like,
that going.
They're 10 and
NXT's
11.
Vengeance Day is next weekend.
Yeah,
So we might
so
come back and
10
talk
and
again.
11 are these two guys,
And they just brought
and
out.
then they go over the top rope, and then they
Arnold
just
said
disappear.
Carmelo Hayes.
I'm digging Carmelo, man.
Not Anthony. Not Carmelo Anthony.
No.
Carmelo Hayes.
So
With
there's
Trick out in the ring, just like hyping up his face.
so there's a couple of people that you could do that where it's not like a massive surprise because a lot of people won't know who Braun Breaker is, even though he was on Raw for those. He wrestled for like
You know what?
Hold on.
Because you're giggling.
um,
You know, you keep giggling. You know, I'm sure a lot more people. I'm gonna spill somebody's pick.
All right.
I know a lot more people are gonna be cheering for Braun Breaker than there are fucking Tetsuya Naito. He's a free agent from New Japan. He's no longer under contract. He's still wrestling for New Japan and Noah on a handshake agreement. Fucking Hector's been blowing up our message all fucking week. He's like, oh man, can it be Tetsuya? Can it be Jay White? Can it be la 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 la? Could it be Muda? Or could it be KG Muda because he has his WCW deal going on and he still has.
None of those people are. I told you this last time.
Yeah.
Like none of those people are. You're catering to
The nichiest of the niche audience.
and it's like people that are on TV. There's more kids at WWE shows than there are AEW and stuff like that. So like those nerds in AEW, those marks.
You know what?
I'm in there. So
Yeah, so am I. I'll follow that. I'll go one step further. If this year's Royal Rumble was in LA, people would lose their shit over the Jay White Tetsuya Naito because that's a hardcore wrestling crowd. San Antonio ain't. Dallas, Houston, fuck no.
yeah,
We don't have that kind of base to know who Tetsuya Naito or Jay White or fucking those people are. If they did it in LA, like the stone's throw, a light stone's throw from Japan, oh, they'd mark all over the
I
place.
still don't even think they would.
I
those
think
guys.
so.
I just I don't.
New York, Chicago, LA, they'll mark out for any New
Okay,
Japan person.
Chicago, I could see.
New York, Chicago, LA, they'll mark for any New Japan guy.
None of
The
those.
dojo's in LA.
None of
They'll have fans. They'll have fans.
None of those guys are showing up.
So what, Giggles? What were you still going?
What if this actually happened? How much mental gymnastics is the whole fucking IWC going to be doing if you actually hear Cult of Personality hit as CM Punk comes walking out? Like, how crazy would that be? Where it's like, oh shit,
He's another one that if his music hit and he came out,
You know what?
yeah, he'd have to win it.
let's piss people off.
okay.
Let's piss people off. I'm hip to it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk's music hits and it's fucking Grayson Waller.
Oh,
Grayson Waller has been doing a good job in the last 3 months of being a fucking dick.
yeah, he is good.
And if he comes out to CM Punk's theme and then you see that white boy from Australia come out, he will get shat on so bad in the best way because it'll help his character and that'll draw more eyeballs to the next weekend's Vengeance Day. So they could boo the crap out or watch the guy that came out pretending to be CM Punk get the shit beat out of him by
That would be
Baby
dope.
Steiner.
Now, did
That'd
Punk
Make that work.
did Punk get his contract bought out?
No, it's still in.
He's
in
on
limbo.
ice. He's
It's
still,
limbo.
Okay.
he's still
So
injured.
he can't go anywhere.
No.
Plus, I guarantee Tony owns the rights to Cult of Personality.
I would imagine
So WWE couldn't do it.
Yeah. Unless he came out to his fucking Killswitch Engage song.
Oh, shit.
They pay rights fees. They don't pay ownership. Anybody could use that song. So
Another one. Yeah, that'd be. I'd lose my shit if that happened. But it ain't happening.
or
Like,
play Kansas. And it's fucking Grayson Waller going like this. Or going like this.
That would be entertaining.
damn.
I'm all for douchebaggers doing douchebaggery things at wrestling fans, you know, for the sake of getting themselves over. That's fucking MJF. That's MJF's doing right now.
Yeah.
How many, if any, on a scale of 1 to 10, fucks do you give about the women's Royal Rumble match?
I hate to
That's
say,
a number
I hate
in
to
some
say this,
country.
about a 5.
That's about how many women have been announced so far for this fucking match.
Real.
They have more than 5 women, right?
I mean, you wouldn't know it by
On the
fucking
roster?
You wouldn't know it by the Raw 30th anniversary because they botched the only good women's match they had. They didn't even give the girls the old cage. No, okay,
you got to blame the bloodline for that one.
He wanted to talk about it. I'll rant real quick. What a way to fucking shovel the women's division. You know, in hindsight, you can't have a Raw 30th without either of your women's champions. So people would complain regardless if neither Charlotte or Bianca were there.
Stop with Nia Jax.
But
There was
the live chat.
no Alundra Blaze, right? She was on.
she was the only woman.
But there was no Trish.
She
There
was
was
in the
no
backstage.
Stacy. There was
No.
no.
Man, that's the thing with bringing back the women's legends. It's just fucking Lita and Trish.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could bring back Victoria,
No,
you could bring back Molly Holly, you could bring, but like,
Gail
you
Kim.
know,
Oh,
yeah.
Gail Kim.
You brought Mickey James from Impact last year, so there's no such thing as we don't knock on other people's doors to
Yeah.
borrow talent.
Even then,
Why not?
she's been out of WWE for so long. Does anybody know who Gail Kim is? Like in the wrestling in WWE world?
In Philly, she would have got a pop.
But they're not in Philly. We're in San Antonio.
No, for
Oh,
Raw
for the
30th.
show, for the Raw 30th,
Yeah, for
yeah.
Raw 30th, she would have got a pop.
It's since they're in San Antonio, it's gonna be easy to say Roxy, you know. Have what are they calling her in WWE? Roxanne Perez. Yeah, have her show up. You know, that'll get a little bit of a San Antonio pop.
Yeah, I can see her in there. Yeah,
You know what'll get a good San Antonio pop, which will probably ain't gonna happen?
Shawn Michaels.
Mandy Rose. Oh, I'm sorry, we done fucked up. Please come back. And she shows up at the Rumble.
Oh,
She brings all her
Toxic Attraction with her.
well, I was gonna
Again,
say,
to build to their title match and
She
fucking.
just does the Sasha Banks stuff because she's got money and she just
oh yeah.
they just replace her.
Yeah. She, you know, her gimmick is fan time, and that's it. That's her gimmick. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This is gonna suck. What I'm gonna just say because
They already got a girl on there.
link
does
in
that.
bio.
They already got a girl that does that on
Oh, shit.
NXT now.
It's on the tip of my tongue, so I'm gonna just spit it out. I would prefer WWE to continue having an all women's pay per view as opposed to having a women's Rumble match every year.
Run that by me again. You'd rather
Well,
have
one pay per view.
I would rather have a women's pay per view where they get all. It's a ladies' night.
Oh, okay.
And don't
okay.
give the women a Rumble match because it's not the same quality. It's not the same talent. It's not the same level of talent. And it's not even the quantity of talent. They don't have enough women there to make the match worthwhile. As a wrestling fan watching it, you can fill the roster of the men with half of current top level stars and half all-star fucking legends, and it's a fucking 11 on the scale. You can't do that with the women. They tried that in the first Rumble match, and it really wasn't
the first
that good.
women's Rumble match,
And
was
they
not
haven't really been good since. However, the ladies' night, the Evolution pay-per-view, there was some
How many have they
really
done?
good shit on there.
They've done 4 women's Rumbles, 3.
For
I
wanna say
remember
four.
Asuka winning one. Asuka won it.
This is the 5th one, I think. Asuka won the first one. That was the year that it was all Japan. Shinsuke won the same night that Asuka
Jeez,
won.
man, what happened to him?
Arnold says you're so dead wrong about this, Chris. The women's Rumble is very underrated. I enjoy it every year.
Good for you.
He is the vocal minority.
I wish that I can enjoy it. But
So would I. I'm not
haven't-
saying I don't want to enjoy it.
I
but
think the third one was the one where I was like, all right, this is a good one. But the first,
the
second,
one that ended
you know,
with Bianca and Rhea,
is that the one?
that one was a good one.
Hmm.
But it just, I don't know.
He says the 19 and the 20 Rumbles were great. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
But he should be saying all the women's rumbles are great. Why is he not saying all the women's rumbles are great? Isn't the
Tell me
women's
who won
Rumble
all of
good?
them. Put it in the comments. Who's won all the Rumbles? I don't remember. I only remember Asuka.
Asuka, Charlotte
Rhea.
won one,
Rhea won one.
Rhea won one, and then Bianca won one. Yeah,
No Becky, right? No,
no.
But this might be Becky's year.
I got Rhea winning it.
Becky did win one.
Did
She lost the belt to Asuka, and then the same night, Lana got injured at number 30, or she got jumped, and Becky went in and she won it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Rhea. Rhea hasn't won one.
It was Asuka, Becky, Charlotte, Bianca, Ronda.
So
in that
So
order.
Rhea's never won it.
Rhea's never won.
Yeah, I have Rhea winning it.
Okay.
She's the
Charlotte won the Rumble, and she went and challenged Rhea in NXT.
yeah.
That's how Rhea got on that Mania. But she
And
Oh,
so, now,
yeah.
and so
She never
now Charlotte's the champion
Rhea can challenge Charlotte for the
Charlotte.
title. She can return the favor.
Or
Oh.
challenge Bailey. Bianca Belair. There's already been some backstage promos where
If
they've been.
Bianca beats Alexa Bliss.
Okay, sticking with the women. Are we gonna? Is anybody care? We're gonna talk about surprises or who we think is winning, or
I can't think of any women legends.
there's
that
only
I
like
haven't-
8 women that have been announced. For
And
this.
all the women legends that could have been have already been.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've already had Molly Holly before.
Had
Trish,
Victoria, Lita.
Like all those people. So
we
like,
had
there's no women independents.
the chick from Right to Censor.
Molly
Ivory.
Ivory.
Oh,
Ivory came back as herself, and then the next year Ivory came back as a member of the Right to Censor with the
yeah.
alarm and everything.
Yeah.
So even the alter egos and the
Yeah.
variants and the limited editions.
Kelly was there.
Yeah.
Nikki and Brie.
And there's no women in there that returning women that I'd be like, maybe a Sasha, but I don't know.
I'll say it. Fuck it. I'll pick
Naomi.
Raquel Rodriguez. I want Raquel to win.
Yeah,
That's the only person that
it-
makes sense to me at all.
the only surprise return could be Naomi.
Yeah, I could see it. She will be. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's on that. I think she'll be there.
The
Triple
Rumble,
H-
the Rumble that was here in Houston, Naomi came back that Rumble. She was
Yeah.
a surprise entrant that Rumble.
Yeah.
That was the one Charlotte won?
Yeah, that's the Charlotte one. If you really want to go all fucking crazy about it, I'd have Mercedes Moné.
Mercedes Moné show up.
Yeah. in the
Not
Rumble.
Sasha.
Not Sasha.
No.
No, Arnold.
No. Why is this girl going by a different name? That's Sasha.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody would know.
Arnold says AJ Lee.
oh God.
Oh,
I don't know if we've had this conversation in person or in text. At this point, AJ is never gonna escape the CM Punk chance. Never. Never. Every fucking crowd, even the great crowds, at some point there's going to be enough of a smattering and everybody's going to want to play along and they're going to be chanting CM Punk. That's what pissed me off that one Rumble that half the entrants they were chanting for their fucking husbands. I was like, man, fuck that shit. I hated that.
The Bellas have been in Rumbles before.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're
Both of them.
yeah. So now the only one that fucking Drew drop. She's been injured, so she can return.
I have a feeling half of the Rumble.
Yeah.
I'm feeling half of the Rumble people are going to be NXT women that most of the audience doesn't even know because this isn't the NXT that everybody was so hyped about.
Yeah.
You know, Tiffany Stratton. Oh yeah, give me Tiffany Stratton. If she wouldn't hurt, give me Nikita Lyons. Woo, Nelly. Dickie James, Nikita Lyons. Give me that. But that's not gonna. They're not gonna do that shit.
And there's nobody.
They don't have enough women.
Would
that's
they?
invest-
that
that
only
invest
one-
in-
only one-
Would they do the same thing that they did with Mickey James, but with Deonna Purrazzo?
But that was announced weeks in advance. That
Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
how special the Rumble is. We got Impact's world champion. Yeah, I want to like it more. I appreciate the opportunity and the equality, but the quality of the match compared to every men's match that we've ever had in men's matches currently still, their wells already running dry on people that they can bring in, and they don't have established characters on television that the audience is aware of enough to give a fuck about.
I also think maybe they could have went with just being 20 instead of having a 30.
It's not equal.
That doesn't
If it's-
matter though.
If it's only 20 women and they only go over the middle rope, it's not fair. It's not the guys. It's got to be 30. It's got to be over the top rope. That's what that's what people are gonna say.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
there's
And I agree with them.
No, we need to back up a little bit because Arnold brought up, well, what about Chelsea Green? Oh yeah, Matt Cardona and the guys.
sure she can come back.
Well, Matt Cardona.
Sure, he can come back.
Okay.
I saw he's got trademarked his name and the song or whatever, the intro. So, but yeah, it's Zack Ryder. Like,
Yeah.
he's not gonna come back as Matt Cardona.
What if we did get Kyrie show up?
Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Sane.
Oh, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. I mean that could bring a little bit more eyeballs to Sasha, and Kyrie. Or excuse me, Mercedes and Kyrie.
And she's established.
Yeah.
A WWE
Woman,
star,
yeah.
and they kept the
She
name.
was
Just keep the
on.
name.
She was
Yeah.
on WWE and NXT. So
Yeah.
I just, man,
Kana-chan. Oh.
Anybody else saying anything about who they
Uh,
want?
uh,
Is anyone disagreeing with
not
Chris?
not with the ladies.
I want to care, but it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
And you know what the weird part is? That I don't even think that's the worst thing on the card.
it's gonna be a fine. Like,
What the fuck is a lights out match?
Oh wait, before we get there, you didn't even say who's winning the Women's Rumble. Who do you have?
Rhea.
Okay.
The
it's gonna be
final
Rhea.
two is Rhea and Raquel. That's my final two, and I'm fine with either one of them winning.
Okay.
I think they've just been doing so much with.
Because I see Rhea and Bianca main eventing for Raw, and I see Raquel Gonzalez and Charlotte throwing down for SmackDown's title. I think both of those matches would be very well. But to have to go through this to get to that,
yeah.
Again, what's a lights out match?
You mean a pitch black match?
Pitch black match.
I don't
I
know.
was hoping your light switch would be so I could just flick the light real quick. I hoping tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow more details.
Yeah.
Anticipation level: Bray Wyatt against L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
8.
Yeah. You're an 8?
I'm an 8. I would be at a 10 if I knew more of what.
What the fuck is a lights out?
Yeah, this pitch black match.
If you weren't in the dark, you would.
If I wasn't in the dark. I really like what they're doing with LA Knight.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they've given him a pretty prominent feud and person to feud against, being Bray.
And you got to take a rub.
Yeah.
That was a badass segment.
Yeah.
What?
Robert Trapp says it's gonna be like the Firefly Funhouse match. Is it, or is it gonna be more like Undertaker and AJ at WrestleMania?
Or is it gonna be a match in the dark where
the Fireflies use their lights and there's one spotlight and that's it.
Is it gonna be Jake Roberts versus Rick Martel?
Yeah. So I will address that comment. We're no longer in COVID. There is no fucking way that in front of 50,000 people, they're going to give us a 20-minute pre-tape match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck no. They better not.
Okay.
I'm asking for a refund. I want 3 hours of wrestling in front of me, not fucking 25 minutes of something I got to stare up at the TV for. Fuck that shit.
They don't even have a TV up there.
Oh, yeah.
They will. They'll bring their own monitors, just like at Mania. What?
God damn it.
I'm never getting tired of that.
It says either way, it's going to be a cinematic match over in the ring. Yeah.
See,
no.
I think it's going to be one of those. I think the match is some. It's going
We
to be.
saw
it's
it
gonna
already.
Be
we saw it when Undertaker was in the ring and LA Knight was leaving and the lights went out and everybody had their little flashlights on their phone and the one spotlight. That's the pitch black match. Everything around them is pitch black. And they just wrestled, no pinfall submission, no disqualification, no countouts. That's the match. So everybody got complained about, fucking Demon Bray Wyatt's wrestling under this red light. Okay, now we're doing no lights because you fucking don't like anything.
Or it could be under black light, the pitch black.
Ooh.
I'll tell you.
Nobody wear white unless you watched it 4 times.
Ah!
I'll tell you right now.
Because I was under the impression that the mustard stain came out.
Mustard.
I don't. I'm not using my phone. That's gonna just waste my battery. I'm not doing it.
Okay, don't do it then.
Yeah. I'll just sit there like
you do what your daddy LA Knight tells you.
Yeah. I was like, I can't see.
Don't forget your glasses then.
Yeah. I don't need no glasses.
That's just a fact of life.
Love you.
I want to know what it is.
Alexa Bliss and fucking Bianca Belair.
Wyatt's gonna win, right? Wyatt's winning.
Yeah.
It's his match.
No.
You got Alien Knight?
I'm agreeing with Arnold in the live chat that it's gonna make Bray just go even further into madness because also
Uncle Howdy disqualifies.
Bray Wyatt never wins anything.
True. I did see online that a theory was that LA Knight is the pig.
Oh.
What was it called? The pig in fun.
I don't remember the name, but I know
Porky Pig.
Peppa
Pig.
Yeah.
Porky Pig.
Yeah.
Because like throughout the whole entire feud, they've had subtle little pig references to LA Knight. I don't want to see that. I was watching it earlier today and I was like, no. No, like they've already fucked with LA Knight so much with the model shit. That stuff was stupid. What was his name? I hated it.
Max Dupree.
Max Dupree.
So you mean you weren't titillated?
My juices were titillated.
Yeah.
My juices were titillated too.
Hey.
No, I think no.
No.
Yeah. I think LA Knight could if they built him right, LA Knight could be a top guy.
Yeah.
You know,
He was a top guy in Impact.
He was a top guy everywhere he's
Yeah.
been. When he was in
NWA.
he was the champ and everything. And then he's
NXT.
NXT, he was good. He was entertaining in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was fine the first couple of times he was in SmackDown. And then
Well, goddamn, pal, I want you to be a modeling agent.
Yeah. So
Now I do have to say that Brennan and Mansoor
Dude,
made
the
it work.
videos, yeah,
They made it work.
Yeah.
They made it
they
work.
were in it. Those, but yeah, I think it's just the fact that they just keep throwing gimmicks on those guys. Like
The reason it worked is because they used to tag together in NXT
Yeah.
on their house shows. in
And
Florida.
Brennan's so fucking funny. Like
Yeah.
he can make dumb shit like that work.
The King of Sit style.
Yes, the King of Sit style. God damn it.
Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair. Number
6.
4.
2,
Who's winning?
Okay. Bianca.
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 Is that it about that match?
The only thing that could be interesting is any of the
Bray
stuff with Alexa.
But again, I don't want to see her with. I don't want to see the goo, the black goo coming out of her head and mouth that she had before Bray left the last time. Like, I don't care about any of that stuff.
Okay.
I would much rather it be Bianca and Bailey or something like that. Like
Roman versus Kevin Owens.
or Sami Zayn. You don't know who signed the contract. Remember?
So I've read that online. That there's
What?
So I read that
There's a
online
theory-
there's a theory floating out, a conspiracy theory that Kevin Owens signed Sami
The only
Zayn's
two
name.
the only two people that touched the contract on SmackDown, the contract signing, was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh.
And so they think people are thinking there's a schmozz in there, and Kevin's put Sammy's name on there to further fuck with the bloodline. So Kevin Owens like, I'm not wrestling tonight. I'm in the Rumble. You're fighting Roman, and then we can get that. If that happens, I'd be way more entertained than that.
That's so ridiculous.
And again, it's not WrestleMania. Sammy could win it.
No, he's
No,
not. He's
no.
not.
No.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but nah. Come on. But nah. Unless.
Maybe.
Give me a number. Roman versus Kevin Owens.
8.
Just the match alone, yeah, it'd probably be an 8.
Yeah.
What's been going on, even though I feel like Kevin Owens is kind of like in the back of that. He's
Yeah.
in there, but he's not the main focus of the bloodline.
Roman's
but,
winning.
but those guys
Yeah, Roman's winning.
could tear it.
Yeah.
The house down.
That's it. That's a Rumble. As somebody that paid money and is going to San Antonio for the weekend, there has to be some kind of return on investment because there's half of this show I'm not interested in at all.
Well,
Women's
you're
Rumble-
already starting a deficit because you're going to the Alamo Dome. Ugh. Oh, God, what a shithole.
It's not as attractive as the Abel Dome.
Hey.
The Women's Rumble and Alexa Bliss and Bianca, I'm already turned off. No pun intended. Lights out on those two matches. So
Pitch black, not lights
pitch
out.
black. Yeah, I'm pitch black on those two matches.
I've
Possibly
been
the pitch black
looking
one.
for that goddamn Mountain Dew just to have it while we're watching Rumble. Not to drink it because I'll get
So
somebody else.
Montezuma's
to-
revenge. So you could throw up and shit.
Yeah, at the
For
same
for
time.
the bad
yeah.
Royal Rumble. Yeah.
He's gonna come out pitch black.
What do you have? What's your rating? What's your
For the whole
anticipation?
show,
Whole show.
in typical dumbass fashion, road
Because
crew.
you're going.
'Cause
And
I'm
I'm gonna
going.
be there. Yeah.
So because I'm going and we're gonna meet up and go drinking
Mm-hmm.
for the show, I am at a
I don't know what that is. I can't
6,
Seven.
7.
Seven.
How many fingers
7.
you got there? Okay, 7.
yeah, 7.
I love the Royal Rumble.
It's my favorite match.
I don't. Yeah, was always my favorite as a kid. This will be my. We decided it was my 5th.
This is your
Royal-
4th.
This will be my 5th.
No, this will be your 5th and my
This will be-
5th.
Yeah, it'll be your 5th Royal Rumble. I'm taking my girlfriend. It's her first time. It's her first major wrestling.
Pay-per-view.
It's her
Oh!
I took her to
Oh,
Worlds
no.
So
Collide.
you get 3 hours to teach her how to count from 10 to 1.
Oh. Let's hope she can do it.
Because you can't trust women.
If not, she'll get left in San Antonio.
Oh God. What HISD?
No.
Okay, good. She's fine.
So just
If it was Milby, cool.
just that experience of
Reagan.
being inside.
Oh.
Yeah. Being inside a
dome for a big
dome. Obviously,
pay-per-view.
I know you got your gripes with Alamo Dome, but just
Yeah.
saying, like,
She's
It's
in
not
the
a
atmosphere.
dome.
Yeah.
She's in
Yeah.
the
It's
It's
atmosphere.
not a
Fit-
fucking dome.
yeah,
It's a dome.
It's not.
50,000 people if they get that much.
It's not a dome.
I mean, I'm probably like at 8 or 9 just to
Domes are not
be there and
rectangular.
experience it again. And plus, I haven't been the last WWE show I went to was the Royal Rumble here in Minute. I think that was the last show I went to.
Yeah.
I didn't go to anything because obviously they had the
No,
COVID year.
the last show that you went to was with me, WrestleMania 34. That was after the Royal Rumble in San Antonio.
That was the COVID Rumble.
No.
No, because COVID.
Or no, COVID Mania.
21.
We did WrestleMania 34 was the second one in New Orleans. WrestleMania 30, you and I and Lisa went. WrestleMania 34, you and I went. I had the thing in the parking lot where I almost
but
fought a guy.
But that wasn't.
That was after the Royal Rumble, and that was after 2017. That WrestleMania is 2018.
I'm talking about.
That was the last wrestling show you went to.
I'm
No,
talking
he went to-
2020,
he went to-
Royal
Oh,
Rumble
that's
20.
right.
The one
I
in
forgot.
Houston.
So, and then
Pre-COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
So I haven't been to a WWE show
Gotcha.
since then. I haven't done house shows. I haven't done
keep forgetting
the
about
Raws or the
That was the
SmackDowns.
last big thing before COVID. In Houston.
Oh, there might have
anyway.
been. I don't know anymore. I've drank and smoked since then. I don't know what's going on.
Someone tell Chris how to math.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
And he's a banker.
Yeah.
My
real.
last
He's
mania
in charge of
was
your
last
money.
year. My last mania was last year.
Yeah, I didn't go to that, and I
Yeah.
didn't go to the one. Yeah,
You know, the Rumble in Houston was my last WWE show I've been to live.
because I went to the AEW show. The weekend.
Shows. Yeah. Oh no, show. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
that's right.
I went to a couple. I think I went to 2 shows, but I went to the last. I think that might have been my last wrestling event.
Yeah.
When that drunk
I've
lady,
been to so many now.
when
It's
that
all
drunk
fucking
lady
blurring
touched
together.
me.
Okay, so let's make up for it.
Been to AEW but not WWE.
Thankfully, we actually have people in the chat room tonight.
It's right down the street from my house where
Yeah.
where it happened. So it's an easy.
It's the room where it happens.
Answer HWR. Let's go back in time to some
Oh,
Rumble
shit.
stuff.
Oh,
Put y'all on the spot.
oh no.
So we'll feed it to the chat so it gives them time to answer.
Arnold says, I went with y'all to the AEW show.
He's trying
That's
to
true.
forget that. He's trying to forget that.
It's true. That was after COVID, right?
Yeah.
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 It was the weekend of my birthday.
2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was AEW, not WWE.
A
right?
drunk woman grabbed my leg.
Oh yeah.
And then
Leg?
and then, yeah. And then the people in front of us, when they left, they got up and they fucking
Upcoming UPWs. We're worried for
They
it. That's
talked
right.
shit to us.
Yeah.
And I almost
Really?
fought this guy. Yeah.
Yeah?
Because when they got up, they said that we ruined their show.
He did? No.
Yeah. It was all of us, but you know how we are
Oh.
when we're at wrestling shows.
Yeah.
We're loud.
We were trying because Arnold was pissed off because we sat him in the middle between us, and
Yeah, Arnold
and
said-
Travis was trashing everything, and I was like, man, I want to watch wrestling with these guys. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? I kind of
Arnold
agree.
says, you goddamn marks, you ruined the vibe for me. I see it.
Don't come to wrestling shows with me.
Shit.
I ruined it. How was Ring of Honor in San Antonio when we all had that 5th row hard camera?
Oh, poor Bacon. Poor Bacon.
And then 8 years later, you still haven't gotten rid of me.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
I still look at that picture that we took with the 4 horsewomen without
Oh, the 3 horsewomen without Ronda?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shayna headlocking me.
Yeah. I don't know about Shayna, man.
Okay, what are the other options? Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir.
Marina Shafir, all day. She had the softest arms. I would have fallen asleep in that headlock. She had me in that arm, and I was like, God, I'm just gonna sleep right here.
Did it sweat like Drago's armpit in the Old Spice commercial?
Yeah,
That's probably why.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Arnold says Shafir can get it.
Yes, thank you. Out of all of them,
You don't know me.
Robert Trapp says, I would have taken Shayna too. Poor Jessamine.
I mean, I was a Toys R Us kid, but I don't want to date the giraffe now.
No, I probably still would.
God damn.
I probably still would.
This is why Arnold hated the experience.
Yes, I could see.
Your greatest Royal Rumble match, greatest match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view that was not a Royal Rumble match.
That you were at?
Oh,
Or,
fuck.
or in general?
In general.
Bro, my memory's too shitty for that kind of
I was there for Punk and Rock.
Oh, yeah.
That was Rumble? That was a SummerSlam?
Yeah.
That was Rumble with that was when the Shield.
That was
And
your arms are too short to box with God?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Shield debuted.
Yeah. And we were at Elimination Chamber the next night. You saw both Rock Punk matches.
Mm-hmm.
Arnold says Cena versus AJ. Yeah.
That's
2017.
Yeah.
That's a solid one.
Yeah.
That was a match of the year candidate that year. Another match of the year candidate that we watched together in the moment, and after the match, you and I looked at each other gazingly.
So
Bray
like,
Wyatt, Bryan Danielson.
after every
Oh.
match.
That was the pit. Yeah, that was the
We're holding hands.
that was the same Rumble. Yeah, Bray Wyatt, Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Rock and Mankind.
Oh,
The I Quit match just for that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard to watch now.
That's tough.
But-
That's tough to watch.
Yeah. But the
2001 Rock, Triple H, Kurt Angle, triple threat.
when Kurt gets knocked out.
Didn't Brett defend his title at a Rumble, like going into Mania? And I want to say it was against Owen.
Yeah, that's the one he gets injured.
It was Brett versus Owen.
And then
At Rumble?
he gets carried out in a stretcher.
No, that was a tag match. Brett and Owen lost, and they fight. They bicker, and Owen beats up Brett, and he gets taken out in a stretcher. That wasn't a title match. That was into WrestleMania 10, where Brett beat Owen. And then that night, Brett beat Yoko.
No. At Rumble, it was the cage match of Brett and Owen, and then that's where that led into the mini tournament at WrestleMania 10.
SummerSlam afterwards was Brett versus Owen, because Owen had beat Brett at WrestleMania. So that summer was Brett Owen,
and that's
in the cage
where
for
they
the
had
title.
the cage match.
Brett and Owen in the cage for the title because he beat him. Yeah.
All right.
Shit. How about your favorite Rumble match? 2020 is easy. Comes to mind.
I mean, yeah, that was.
I mean, for my boy Drew, yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, I was with my parents and my sister.
Yeah, that was.
And Travis, but.
That was the last nice thing before COVID.
Yeah. And it was here in Houston, and it was a badass.
Yeah.
2001 New Orleans, Steve Austin winning, heading into WrestleMania X7, where Kane eliminated 12 people. That's the one where Honky Tonk starts singing, and then Kane just grabbed the guitar and hits him, and he's just shaking his head like, no. Shit. 92, Ric Flair.
That's 92. Yeah.
With a tear in my eye.
Yeah.
We talked earlier before we went on the air of what Rumble matches we had seen. The last Jim Cornette podcast, The Experience, they did a watch along of that one, and they play the clip. They play clips in between as it's happening, and they play the clip of Roddy beating up on Jake. And then Brain goes, "It's not a skirt, it's a kilt, it's a kilt." And then Ric Flair's about to put Jake into a figure four, and Roddy starts kicking Rick. And then Brain goes, "You damn idiot, you skirt wearing freak." They cut you, big dog, God. There's some good stuff in there.
I know this wasn't the first time it ever happened, but the one where Mysterio went from end to end. Yeah,
that was 2000
with the Eddie
six,
one? Eddie years,
WrestleMania 22.
Right after Eddie died?
Yeah.
That was good. I didn't like the aftermath where Orton beat him for the title shot in the next pay-per-view, and then you're like, "Oh, poor midget, he's out. He's not gonna have a title shot after all." And I mean, just throwing him in the match anyway.
Yeah. You can't get wrong with Vince blowing his quads.
21.
Oh man.
21. Yeah.
Oh, the one where it was Brett and Luger, or they both won. That was
Brett Luger.
That's going in WrestleMania 10 also. Yeah.
Bulldog and Sean one was good.
Oh, so then
Robert
yeah.
Hedlund, 2020, or his first one in 1989. You went to the one in 89? That was the one here in Summit, I think.
I was 1 year old, so
2005 or Benoit one.
Who?
Redacted one.
Yes.
Okay, you spoke on it. Biggest mistakes in Rumble history.
Jesus Christ. Oh, D-Bry not being in it
Yeah.
for WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, D-Bry not
What year was
showing
that?
up.
That was
Oh.
2015.
Yeah, where it
Him
was
not
Rey
being in it,
Mysterio
yeah,
at the end.
and the
instead.
amount of boos.
2013. I'm sorry, 2013. When
The amount of-
Batista came out as 30. Oh no,
No,
when Ray came out as 30,
the
and then
Ray-
cheered when he got
Ray
oh,
coming out and
fuck.
being booed.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's still, and it's like at one point it's just like, God, poor Ray. Like, it could have been anything. He came out. Everyone loves Ray, but
Yeah.
not then.
That's the one day.
That's one of the biggest. That's also, you could lead into like I don't know if you have it on there, but like one of the top wrestlers to have never won a Royal Rumble, it would be D-Bry. For one of them, at least one of them.
I will see your disappointment, and I will raise you the tie finish with Brett and Lex.
Okay.
Lex,
Especially since they botched it. And Lex clearly hit the ground first.
It's not just that, but in hindsight, that push before where they did the whole summer of the Lex Express, they was going to beat Yokozuna for the belt, and he won by DQ. He never really beat him. He never was champion. He didn't even beat Yoko at that Mania. So what was the point of him being co-winner if he wasn't going to win it anyway?
I mean, they realized that Lex wasn't good.
They were wanting him to be the man.
And
And
they wanted him to
was-
be
yeah.
the next Hogan, and he was
Yeah.
never going to be the next Hogan. And yeah, I think that was a waste.
Big Show clearly won the 2000 Royal Rumble. The Rock's hit.
It doesn't matter if you won.
Yeah.
I just watched that one recently.
Yeah.
The other night.
Disagree, but it doesn't matter.
I think he won more, but
what
it's not to my
what
point.
about Drew Carey showing up in the Rumble?
Oh, I watched that one. I was watching that part of that last night.
Yeah.
The skits in
I thought it
between.
was funny.
The skits in between when he's trying to meet Kane and shit like that in the back, and he's like, "I'm just gonna go right over here." I like that stuff. That's funny. A disappointing thing, and I was thinking when the Rumble when the Vince Rumble when Vince wins,
Mhm.
that-
2000.
because it starts off with the biggest thing that's happening in the company, right? Vince and Austin.
Oh yeah, 99. That's my bad. 99. Yeah.
Vince and Austin, and then they're not in it for like 90% of the match.
Mm.
So the biggest, and so everything else in between, from them coming out, them fighting, them going to the back and fighting in the women's bathroom, to them coming back out and fighting, none of it matters. There's nothing going on. Elimination, it doesn't matter because that's all that anybody cared about. So like it's just kind of blah.
Yeah.
You know, because Austin's winning it. Well, you think Austin's winning it because it's Austin. Vince can't win it because it's fucking Vince McMahon. He's an old man. Well, he was an old man at that point too, but
He was shredded.
so then anybody else that came in was like, well, he's not winning it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Oh. Santino almost winning.
Is that a good thing or a bad? Was that a good thing or a bad?
Both. Oh my God. Santino almost winning. We had
Cobra!
everybody.
And then he's cheering. And, oh, I love that moment.
Everybody
I-
thought
I
that it
feel-
was actually going to happen. We're
I
like,
feel-
what the fuck?
I'm pretty sure we were all at Aaron's.
Rob-
We were at his place.
That's right. I was married that time. Royal
Yeah.
Rumble Ruckus party at my house.
Yeah,
every
we were
year.
at his place.
I
Yeah.
remember those days.
Yeah.
Oh man. But that led to a good push for Santino. He was in the Elimination Chamber like a year
Del
or two later
Rio won
for a
that.
title shot.
Del Rio won that,
Yeah.
right? And then he won at Mania. Del Rio did. But it was like the first match, and that was the one where he fucked up Edge.
No, Del Rio lost to Edge. And
But that was the one where they fucked
yeah,
up Edge.
that's the one
Okay,
that fucked
yeah.
up Edge, yeah.
Does Del Rio still wrestle?
I don't think
I don't
so.
know.
Maybe somewhere in
Didn't
Mexico.
bother to look.
El Patron. Yeah. Mil Mascaras eliminating himself. What?
Oh yeah, that shit was. He just jumped over the top rope,
What?
right? He
What
does- yeah.
happened? He did.
Is that not the one when he does the dive over the top rope? Like he does it off the top rope over onto somebody.
Yeah.
He just climbs over and just it's one
Like,
of the other,
we don't do this here in the States.
it's one of this it was around in the 90s. I'm sure that he'll but it was like there was a couple of other lucha like famous
95, I think.
and he came out and then he just went over the top rope to continue fighting with the guy.
Oh.
And it's like
He did a dive off the top rope onto
that's
the mat.
okay. That's
Oh,
what it was.
wow.
Okay.
Stupid Mil Mascaras.
Favorite Rumble performance?
It was in San Antonio. Okay.
Favorite Rumble performance?
Jesus, man, there's been fucking
Hmm.
Sean
Which one?
Michaels?
No, which
Spears.
Be more specific.
Stasiak?
Meat? You talking about meat?
Okay, I'll start.
Shawn
Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, the last 15 minutes of the Rumble 2007 in San Antonio, where they're the last two after they eliminate Rated RKO.
There's been a lot of
at the
Rumbles in San
same
Antonio.
time. Yeah, this is the fourth one.
Huh.
And that's the one where, like, the whole feud at WrestleMania 25 and then the rematch at 26, Shawn retiring, and then 27 with Triple H, and then 28 with Triple H also, like, dying. All stemmed from that one moment at Royal Rumble 07 where they fucking stole the show at the last, like, 10 minutes of that Rumble. It was like watching them in 95 and 96 in their feud all over again. Just as good, if not even better. And the fans are cheering for HBK because it's his hometown, and it was fucking good. That's one of my favorite performances ever.
I mean, you also gotta go with Flair.
His run, yeah.
Going the whole way, winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Same when then Sean the year Sean and Davey Boy.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You know, that one could be one of the disappointments because I really liked Davey Boy at the time, and I thought he won it, and then he did it, and it was Shawn Michaels. I was so pissed.
I mean, obviously, I was rooting for the British guys, so
Yeah,
I like the Bulldogs. So
yeah.
One of the most disturbing things about Royal Rumble was Royal Rumble 2000 or 2001 when Mae Young showed her tits. Remember that? Do you remember that?
Do you remember them titties?
Hey,
Do ya?
She's like, I'll show my tits. And
give-
then puppies came out and rolled. And
hey, look, I've said this several times. Cold pizza is better than no pizza.
oh,
You were talking about Jessamine Duke?
yeah.
He's over here saying Granny could get it, but then making fun of Jessamine Duke for being too tall. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, in my defense, have you ever had a gilf to make your own decision of opinion?
There's a difference between a gilf and then an old ass woman.
A Gigi Gilf.
Yeah. Yeah, a good gilf.
A good Gilf.
Just say Scooby Doo. Gilf. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that damn hand.
Sorry, children. Oh, shit.
Greatest wrestler in Rumble history.
Robert Trapp says, I was hoping to not remember that.
Who do you think of when you think of the Royal Rumble?
Well,
Stone Cold.
Actually,
Done
before we go in there,
in there. Hey.
Hey, Pop.
so obviously
Roll me up in the left one.
showing my girlfriend WrestleMania or Royal Rumbles to get her to understand what's happening.
Yeah,
Royal
don't show her
Rumbles.
that one.
Oh no, I'm showing her.
I'm sure she's seen several at House of
She
Blues.
came home from work and I'm watching that Royal Rumble, and I was like, "This is the Royal Rumble where an old woman showed her tits." And so I Googled it, and you can Google it. It's on. You can Google it. Who was it that said he didn't want to remember?
Robert Trapp.
I'll send you the link. And yeah, and so I showed.
We'll post the link on our Facebook page after this show.
Yeah.
Look for it, bro.
So I'll give you a DM. But also we played a game. It's a little bit morbid, but it was alive or dead. So every 10 seconds, I was like alive or dead, and then she would have to be like, as soon as they came out, Val Venus,
Is he alive or
big
dead?
show, and I'd be like, is he alive or dead?
Mm-hmm.
That some of those rumbles are fucking
Hard.
rough to watch.
Yeah.
Especially the early
2002, Mr. Perfect.
The early 2000 ones like are really rough to watch because you got like Crash Holly, you got Brian
Christopher.
Yeah, Brian Christopher, all these people, and I'm like, Test.
Ugh.
yeah, all these people that were like,
I thought I was fucked.
yeah,
God damn, Scott. I need to take notes. Steve Austin,
Porsche.
greatest wrestler in Royal Rumble history. I don't give a fuck about the eliminations. He won his first Royal Rumble victory. They changed it after the fact, and that WrestleMania, he stole that WrestleMania. The next Rumble that he won, 98 WrestleMania, he won the title. The third Rumble he won, 2001, he went to WrestleMania here in Houston, and he won the title. Who else has that kind of record?
Yeah. Although Arnold does bring up something very valid in the live chat. He says,
Mae Young's tits are great.
What about the greatest Royal Rumble? But the slide, the tightest slide. Porsche, sorry that you had to walk in on all this.
Porsche's like, whose tits?
She's heard it all before.
Going back to the like runs in the Rumble. Yeah, going back to Austin, that one that he did where like he was eliminating people left and right, and he had time in between. He was looking at
97.
and then Brett, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that was nice. And then Arnold brought up the fact that Austin eliminated Brett, but nobody saw it. So then Brett got
Brett eliminated
Austin.
Nobody
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
And then they had to redo it on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was cool. That was real cool.
Yeah.
Rumble rival because of the Rumble match for me. It
These are
rivals
pretty good.
Mania as my favorite pay per view.
Oh,
Because of that,
Yeah.
I'm ready. I can't wait.
It's like growing up, Royal Rumble and then ladder matches were my two favorite things. That was when there was like 2 ladder matches a year,
Mhm.
and they actually meant something. Now there's a pay per view, and
Yeah.
they happen every other week.
And now there's 2 matches.
Yeah. So
damn. There was a point in one Royal Rumble that I turned to my wife and I said, every wrestler you see in the ring is dead now.
yeah,
Fuck.
that WrestleMania 2000 or 2001, whatever. 2000 was in. That's when Taz debuted, right? Against Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
It was at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the one where fucking Kind Tai.
Tables match. Dudley's and the Hardys.
Yeah, but Kind Tai, and he fucking gets flipped over the top rope, and then he just flattens on his face and gets knocked out. And they showed it like every like 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, fucking Randy Orton against Jeff Hardy for the WWE title at Madison Square Garden. The other Rumble. 2004 where Cena returned.
Okay, yeah.
Or 2003 when Cena returned in number 30. There's been some good like low key title matches that have happened at Rumbles. That one popped into my head. I think that's everything.
All right.
Anybody got anything else? You working anywhere anytime soon?
Yeah. The 4th. February 4th is the next UPW show is going to be in Alvin, Texas. So the UPW tag team titles are going to be on the line. LMC, Los Más Cabrones, they are defending their title against the team of
Kills Express.
Sebi and Super Duperon. They're actually teaming together.
Damn.
Yeah, they're teaming together.
All right.
So we'll see how that goes. Oh God, he's busting out the gummies.
You mentioned Super Duperon. I was like, I
Yeah.
need something to put me to sleep. Somebody find me a ceiling I can crash my head through. He knows. Or no, was it a projector? The projector at fucking DFW Cypress.
yeah.
Find me a projector for me to flip my head into.
Yeah.
Those shows were fun.
Yeah.
Those were some good times back then.
What else is happening in the show?
I don't know off the hand. Yeah, I know there's a couple other matches that have already been announced, so I just don't remember them. There's going to be more matches to come.
Oh, these aren't CBDs. These are
THC.
yeah.
And with that, adios, my friends.
They
Keep it
both are.
classy.
Oh shit! All right. Don't forget to pop your culture. Does he still do that?
No, he doesn't.
Nah.
Sleep well tonight, Scott.